Hello, everybody, and good afternoon, good late afternoon. We are in Bourges, France, and this is the FIBA EuroCup Women semifinals, and it's the first semifinal between Umana Reyer and CBK Mersin. So, a battle of Italy against Turkey, and these two teams have had interesting seasons. Of course, this Umana Reyer team coming from Venice, Italy, and they started the season playing in the EuroLeague Women. We're right now looking at CBK Mersin, who come from Turkey, and they have been on a roll all season long, falling just once, although it came at a very interesting time, losing in the playoffs their first game by 24 points, but they were able to overcome that deficit in the second leg to advance. So this is the first semifinal, Umana Reyer against Mersin, and then Tango Bourges, the famous French club, one of the many famous French clubs, in fact, taking on Galatasaray, another club from Istanbul, from Turkey, rather. So here has been the road to the final. You can see that in that right side there, Umana Reyer beating Valencia, and it was Asvel that Mersin overcame, winning against them twice, of course. So the significance of Umana Reyer Venezia beating Valencia, that was the rematch of last year's final that was won by Valencia. So Mersin coming in here today hoping to raise the roof and really get a famous moment in club history by making it to the final. And there's nothing like putting a trophy in the trophy cabinet, the awards cabinet, to suggest that you've had a great season. They really want the title, and they're going to have to work for it hard today here against a very good, a very strong Umana Reyer team. But Mersin, you have to see with Timmy Fagbenley, Duana Bonner, Tiffany Hayes, Turner. This is a strong team. We will no doubt expect both these teams to come out strong today in the semifinal, looking for that great start. You want to build the confidence early. The Slovenian international Nika Baric coming out as well. It's a team that's built to win, and not just to win, but to win titles. And they want to confirm that they are, again, one of the teams to be reckoned with in European basketball by coming out with a strong performance today. So Bestagno, the Italy international, leading Umana Reyer out. And there's no doubt that Yvonne Turner and Petronite, Kentaro Petronite, big-time players in this team. Yvonne Turner, of course, plays for Serbia's national team, won the Eurobasket women last year, the FIBA Women's Eurobasket, in fact, in Valencia. And of course, Astu Dur, who has come out to Spain International, and she is always up for the big occasion. So a great refereeing crew, Martin Horizov from Bulgaria, Yasmina Alcaraz Moreno from Spain on the left, and Anastasios Kardaris from Greece on the right. And as you get to the business end of the season, certainly in Europe, the pressure goes up a notch. And some of the Bourges fans coming in early today and getting ready for their team, for their team's clash later tonight. So this is a fantastic arena. It's hosted so many big games over the years, and it's got a couple of big ones today that'll excite basketball fans in Europe. And you can see Aziz Akaya, the coach of Mersin, coming out and shaking the hands of his counterpart from Umana Reyer. And that was Andrea Mazzon. So Tiffany Hayes, Yvonne Turner, Great Britain International Fagbenley, Duana Bonner and Jasmine Thomas in the starting 5. So that is a very, very good starting 5 for Mersin. And it'll be Yvonne Anderson, Carangelo, Duer, Petronite, and Kayla Thornton in the starting 5 for Umana Reyer. So Madeira Bestagno Pena, Smorto, and Beatrice Atura coming off the bench today for Coach Matson. But yeah, this is a refurbished arena. It is spectacular. In fact, it's the first arena that I came to watch a big-time women's EuroLeague Women Final Four almost a quarter of a century ago. There's Duana Barner. She wants to put her name in bright lights tonight. She's had so many big games in Europe over the years. And Kayla Thornton, who a lot of the success of this Umana Reyer team depends on her. And there is, again, the coach of the Turkish club coach of Mersin, who is well-known, Aziz Akaya, who also been involved over the years with the Turkish women's national team. So Andrea Matson and Akaya will be trading blows, playing this like a chess match. Well, since the Umana Reyer team joined at the quarterfinal stage, they don't have as many EuroCup women stats to go over. They did win 5 of their 14 games in the EuroLeague Women. Finished a game out of the top 4, which is what they would have needed to that finish to advance to the playoffs or the quarterfinals. But Thornton averaging 18 points per game. Excuse me, Thornton 18.5 points per game. Let's listen to Coach Matson.
We had a meeting with the official about new rules and stuff like that. So, and checking, they're going to call it. I mean, just play smart, don't talk. Tonight, I mean, at least first half, do not talk. All right, very important. Because they want to be, they're very exposed for, you know, to get upgrade for world champion and stuff like that. But let's promote, to want me to be promoted. That's the first ball. Hey, move the ball. Pass that rock. You understand what I'm saying? Move the ball. Passiamo a cazzo di palla. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Let's go. Come over. Go. Hey, 3 up, first set. Hey, win the jumble, girls. Let's ride. 1, 2, 3. For us. Go.
So Thornton leading this team 18.5 points per game in the EuroCup Women. Yvonne Anderson, 17 points per game, and Duer, 10.5 points per game. Rebounds, Duer up at the top at 9 per game, Thornton 6.5, and Anderson 4.5. She does very well in that regard for a point guard, and no surprise, to be honest, not too many assists average per game for these players. Bestagno and Anderson each at 2.5, and Beatrice Atura at 2. And for Mersin, the highest rated efficiency players is Duana Bonner, and then Fagbenley and Hayes. Bonner at 18.2, 18.1 for Fagbenley. Hayes leading the team in scoring at 14 points per game. Bonner at 13.7 and Fagbenley at 13.1. You might remember Fagbenley was sensational at the FIBA Women's Eurobasket 2019. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Bourges, France. We are underway, the first semifinal of the EuroCup women. Umana Reyer Venezia winning the opening tip, taking on Mersin, and Yvonne Anderson prevents a turnover, and then she turns it over. And coming straight down the court and putting it up from long range from Mersin, missing, and then the follow from Fagbenley. So not a great start for Umana Reyer. It was Thomas that missed the three, but they were still able to get points. Petronite now backs her way down low, going up against Bonner. Turns and puts it up in the paint, and Bonner with the rebound. Pulls up from downtown, and another basket, this time the three-point variety. And smooth, silky smooth, in fact, was Yvonne Anderson. We've got Yvonne Anderson in this game and Yvonne Turner. Yvonne Turner wears number 22 from Mersin. And the ball thrown down low, and Dewar got tangled up with Fagbenley. So Jasmine Thomas feeding. Well, here's Bonner again. Turner whips it over to Tiffany Hayes, and she dumps it back into the middle. But Fagbenley not able to control it. There's Anderson. Anderson takes it down low. And quickly the other way. And it is a quick basket indeed from Fagbenley. Great work by Yvonne Turner pushing it up the floor. Thomas on Anderson. Now Dewar, number 45, the Spain international at the charity stripe, and it doesn't drop. Mersin again, this time they throw it up the floor. They get a breakaway, and it's good from Yvonne Turner, who had started like a house on fire, boy. She is like a bullet out of the gun racing down the floor. Anderson trying to call a play. Tell you, she was so good playing for Serbia in the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament not that long ago. Here's Petronite having her shot blocked. Great defense. And again, a chance to break. And Mersin liking to run at whenever possible. Kayla Thornton putting the pressure on. And a little sloppy from Turner there. She was able to get her hands back on the ball, but she couldn't control it. Now Bestagno, very emotional player, checks into the game. Oh, Carangelo gets it over to Bestagno. Well, spinning and turning and missing everything. Thornton, and really a borderline nightmare start here for Umana Reyer, and Fagbenley, another easy one for Mersin, who wearing big smiles on their faces because they have gotten the great start that they set out for and forced already from mat zone to timeout. Well, it has not been the start that certainly Umana Reyer hoped for, probably didn't expect, but this is a good old-fashioned let's hit them in the mouth and see how they respond that's been delivered from the team from Turkey, Mersin. Bestagno has the shot blocked. And Fagbindley hands it off. And they stay with it. And the basket is good from Fagbindley, who has, again, just been terrific already. 8 points. Look at that. 4 of 5 from the floor for the Great Britain International. Now she's playing defense. And Estagno gets the rebound, puts it up, doesn't go up strong, and Bonner comes down with the basketball. Hayes whips it over, skip pass. And a little bit of a reprieve as Turner turns it over. So she just stepped out of bounds. Anderson misses, and everything going against this Umana Reyer team right now. Bonner pushes it quickly, and losing it was Jasmine Thomas. But they will keep possession. Jasmine Thomas going to try to inbound the basketball, and she does. She gets it to Bonner, who handles it so well. A play of her size and length. Very difficult player to match up against. Causes a lot of problems. Now it's Anderson on her. Fagbindley. And Fagbindley just kind of fell asleep there. Put the ball on the floor with Anderson right behind her. This time they get it over to Doer. Her attempt rattles out. Hayes. And this time a great defense by Doer and an unsportsmanlike foul called on Fagbindley. So a couple of times, a little bit of a lackadaisical approach for Mersin. They weren't punished the last time, but the unsportsmanlike foul. Then after the steal is going to put Doer on the line. So she's got a chance for 2 free throws and possession. They'll definitely get the possession. It's just whether or not she makes the 2 free throws. And Doer is just and everything right now for the Venetians. is coming at a struggle. Matson. He knows this early, but he also knows you can dig a hole, but you don't want to dig too much of a hole. It's going to be tough to climb out of already as it is, down 10 and really not looking fluid at all on offense. And maybe Anderson is the key. Well, she passes and has it taken away once again by Yvonne Turner. Bonner. Her pass to Fagbinley, and Anderson called for the reach and the foul. Mersin giving this Umana Reyer Venezia team everything they can handle and more. It has just been one-way traffic. Just 3 points have been scored for Umana Reyer. Hayes from the right corner, and she is fouled. It goes from bad to worse as Doer puts her on the line for a potential 4-point play. Can you believe it? I mean, this is just downright remarkable. And the fact that a player of the ilk of Doer would commit that foul just makes it all the more unfathomable. Did we say that right? Unfathomable. Yes. Hayes. What's she going now? She wants to wipe off her hands? Have they not counted that? Now I'm confused. Well, 16-3 and jump shot. Off target. So I guess they were saying it wasn't the foul on the shot. No, they said it was Fagbinley who was fouled. Anyway, Thornton goes down, and finally a little bit of something to cling to, of hope for Umana Reyer. Driving in from the left was Fagbinley, and then she is fouled. Pistagno. Well, the only thing there is if she didn't have her feet set, she didn't lower her arm, so she might have had a good point. But full marks to Fagbinley, who just keeps putting the pressure. She keeps putting the pressure on this Umana Reyer Venezia team. Fagbinley made the All-Star 5 at the FIBA Women's Eurobasket back in 2019. So 1 of 2 at the line for Fagbinley, and it's up to a 12-point advantage for Mersin. Now driving into her, missing. And again, another opportunity. Hayes. It was a bizarre sequence the last time. It looked like Hayes had been fouled shooting the 3, but it was an off-the-ball foul. And now the miss. Here comes Beatrice Atura. Doer, she's got to go to work. She kind of steps back, puts it up, and that's Astu Doer that we know from so many years in European women's basketball and international basketball. In fact, we talked about Fagbinley being in the All-Star 5 Well, Dewar was the MVP of that FIBA Women's Eurobasket back in 2019 for Spain. And now the drive, and Jasmine Thomas, I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass, but it just went out of bounds. Look at this again. She goes up, and yeah, it was blocked. That was a shot. So Umana Reyer Venezia trying to weather the storm here in this first quarter, and they've already got it down to 10. If they can get into single digits here, that might give them a mental lift. Oh boy, just has her pocket picked. Beatrice Atura, and driving in is Turner. Goes up with the left hand. Well, that is just unacceptable. You can't be a point guard, turn it over that cheaply, and allow the opponent to race in for a layup. That was Carangelo, in fact, who had it stolen. And here's the foul on Bonner. So it wasn't, Beatrice Atura having the turnover, but Carangelo. This time it was Bonner fouling Beatrice Atura. Thornton, oh, nice Euro step, and she gets to the rim. That's the most impressive move of the night, really, for either club. Hayes from downtown gets it to drop again. Boy, that sweet left-handed shot. Dewar fakes the handoff, has it knocked away. She tries to get it back. Now Fagbinley has it in the open floor. They should hold it for one, but Hayes is going to drive, and the foul is going to be called on Bestagno. You would think that they should hold it. Second three-pointer of the night for Tiffany Hayes. Now Nika Baric comes into the game. And a chance to get some reinforcements into the game. So not only does Baric come in, but also coming in Madera, Sara Madera, the backup big, and the lead now goes back up to 14 points. Matson a little bit frustrated. And Hayes gets the second to drop as well. So 15 points the advantage. Final seconds ticking off the clock here at the end of the first quarter. Anderson, she's got to put it up. Does she know it? And that is it. Boy, not a good possession. What was going on? Somebody wasn't moving to the right spot, whatever. They didn't get the shot off, and you can see the emotion from Mersin, their players, as they head over to the bench at the end of the first quarter. They are on top, 24-9 over Umana Reyer.
Ambitious, elite, verbunden, united, inspirierend, competitiva, ambiciosa, stylish, powerful, diverse, diferente, beraber, inspiring.
We are pressing the ball. Here we have four. The big man comes up. Here, pick and roll, step and go. We Hey, it's a long game. Don't worry. Now we know what to do. Take your time. We know what to do now. Hey, andiamo tre. Let's go three. Bene, tu in mezzo. Let's go three. Three defense.
Come on, it's a long game.
Oh. Attacco, please. Offense. Wait for screen, a set screen. Whatever you want to go. Let's go. Come over. Go, for us. 1, 2, 3. Go.
Well, Fagbinley has 9 points, and really the worst part about this scoreline for Umana Reyer is the fact they've turned it over 4 times, and they have been punished with Mersin scoring 9 points off the turnovers. And Fagbinley, again, has started very well today. She's got the 9 points, as you can see. And those 9 points are a game high. 8 points as well for Tiffany Hayes. So they've got 17 of Mersin's 24 points. In a way, it's a pick your poison type of deal when you go up against Mersin because they've got so much quality on offense. Turner lets it fly. Well, you didn't see the quality on that shot. And Bonner can't save it before it goes out of bounds. But encouraging words from Coach Matson. You could hear him say, hey, listen, there's a long way to go. We can come back into this. And he's right. I mean, a 15-point deficit in 2022 it's significant, but not something that you can't overhaul. We've seen it time and time again. Here's Anderson driving in, tries to make a spectacular layup, but doesn't. Hayes dumps it down low. And the rebound by Madeira. She gets it up the floor. So Beatrice Artura still in the game, number 30. Anderson. Madeira. And there's Anderson. Oh, Anderson, as the point guard, she looks to be deferring a little bit more. Than maybe she needs to be a little bit more selfish. And that is a great job there. Bastagno catching it down low and getting fouled. Well, when you're trailing by 15 points, free throws become almost imperative. You've got to knock these down if you're Bastagno. She shot it well against Valencia. And only makes 1 of 2. Came in shooting 83.3%. And you can't give away offensive rebounds as well. Now Baric over to Hayes. Oh, boy, that ball was down and it came out. A little bit of a break here for Umana Reyer. Thornton thinks about shooting, and she does, but that's way off. The bank was not open on that one. Hayes drives down, and this time takes the easy shot. And the lead balloons to 16 points. Madeira. The handoff to Beatrice Artura and clangs off the rim. I mean, there really isn't one facet to the game right now for Umana Reyer that they are doing well. And there is Fagbinley missing. And see if it's going to be a 4-point swing. Thornton, great job. She gets the rebound. So a chance for a 3-point play. And I'm not sure what Beatrice Artura's frustrated. Maybe she was thinking that she was fouled. That's what it was. But she's got to get her head in the game here. Got to keep playing. Thornton definitely looks like their most dangerous player, but she looks more dangerous down low than up high. She did have 4 threes in the first meeting against Valencia, or in one of the meetings against Valencia, 4 of 9, and the other one she was 0 for 7. And here she is tickling the twine for the three-point play, and now it's a 13-point deficit. Umana Reyer would love to force some turnovers and get some easy points in transition. Bonner. And this time, Pestagno whistled for the foul. It looked like she got her on the right arm. At first, she had the ball, and then Bonner moved her arms up and forced the contact, and the foul was called. So timeout on the court, nearly 3 minutes into the second quarter. And Matson, again, wants to talk to his players, so let's go down to the bench. Well, maybe it's Thornton who holds the key to the comeback. If they can get her the rock and let her go to work down low. But they've got to run some offense, get her open. Somebody set some screens, let her post up, whatever. Just get the basketball to Thornton. Maybe the penetration from Yvonne Anderson. And you've also got Dewar. Oh, boy, another offensive rebound, and they live dangerously, but Jasmine Thomas misses with the putback attempt. Well, you got Dewar down low as well, so you could go to her. You go to Thornton. You got Anderson. There is talent in this Umana Reyer team, but you wouldn't really know it by the way this game has started. Dewar fouled as she goes, oh, boy, it doesn't go down. Look at her. She knows it. You'd much rather be going to the line for a three-point play with 2 points already on the board instead of just getting 2 free throws. So Fagbinley comes back into the game. And Thomas goes out. Dewar gets the first one to go. When she is in form, she is absolutely spectacular, Dewar. And takes her time and makes the second as well. So back to an 11-point deficit for Umana Reyer. Mersin with Shavante Zealous in the game. Here she is catching it down low. Goes up and scores with a reverse. Or excuse me, no, that is Fagbinley scoring. She's been pretty much unstoppable. There's Zealous trying to guard the basketball. And again, Yvonne Anderson can't get the three-point play opportunity. She's fouled by Zealous, who was a little overzealous. So Anderson will again have to try to make 2 free throws. I think the penetration is there for Yvonne Anderson whenever she wants it. And then with that great size, you just send Dewar and Thornton to the glass. And it might be her best way back into the game. Anderson, she's got 4 points. We've seen what she's been able to do over the years, especially with Serbia's national team. She's been like a juggernaut for them. Naturalized player. Tiffany Hayes. Baric. Oh, what a pass that was. Over to Zealous. And she's not overzealous that time. Nice stroke from the corner. That was a huge shot. Beatrice Atura comes down mid-range. Duana Bonner not looking for the shot. Zealous again, back-to-back for Zealous. Somebody better get a hand in the face, because Shavante is on target. Midway through the second quarter, and it's still Mersin leading at 34-19. Plenty of time, but they've got to start making inroads right now. Beatrice Atura! Her second made shot in a row. And the game's starting to pick up a little bit offensively for Umana Reyer. There's Bonner. She takes it, and she makes it. It's going to be difficult for most players to block that jump shot. The way she releases it up high. Now Anderson stumbles over, and Tiffany Hayes whistled for a trip. I think Yvonne Anderson might have just gotten away with one there. Looked like it might have been a turnover, and that was Duana Bonner's jump shot. So Anderson now with 5 points. And she makes it again. Hayes clangs off the rim, and they keep it alive. Another offensive rebound, and that leaves Zealous with a chance. Pistagno inside to Anderson, much better. And they've cut the deficit to 10 points. Here's the drive, oh boy, nobody picked up Hayes as she got into the paint. Dewar, a long way from the basket, passes it back over to Anderson. Now she gets it back. She puts it up on the baseline. Dewar starting to pour in the points, starting to heat up. She's got 7. And now an offensive foul called on Fagbenley. And we've seen this from Umana Reyer once already tonight, but they weren't able to sustain the comeback. Here they are. They've got it back to 10 points. It's imperative they do not let this lead grow anymore before halftime. They need to keep chipping away. You're not going to get it all back at once. But if you can build a little bit of momentum here, take a single digit deficit to halftime, that would really be a lift for them. Anderson from downtown, good! And just like that, it's a 7-point game. Well, maybe you can get it all back at once. 11 points for Anderson. Hayes. Woo! Almost a travel, it looked like. No, Baric. Now Hayes dribbles between the legs, shaking and baking. She's launching. And here comes Anderson. And again, Umana Reyer now have the wind in their sails. Madeira, she doesn't hesitate. And another three. Look at this, folks. We've got a game. It's just down to 4 points. Madeira, her first three of the game. She missed her first one. And she makes the second. And all of a sudden, the smile's not as evident on the faces of the Mersin bench, nor the players. More like looks of worry. It's not at the unbelievable stage yet in terms of comebacks, but it is certainly impressive. Remember, they trailed by 16 points, and they have cut it down to 4.
Side pick and roll, we pass the ball, come, who's come, you know, other one is pop. Okay, be ready for spot, you know, we stop the defense.
Yeah, keep playing defense, keep playing defense.
Don't stop the defense. Let's go, we got it.
Kaya trying to calm his team down. Anderson with the 11 points, 3 assists. And Jasmine Thomas almost turning it over. Good job by Beatrice Arturo, who hit those 2 big shots in this comeback. Now Tiffany Hayes. Shot clock down to 5. Gets it to Bonner, and she is pushed out and fouled. Well, in the grand scheme of things, not a bad foul for Smorto, who's just checked in. And again, Madeira gets the rebound. Anderson drives in, and look at this. We got a 2-point game. How quickly things change. The wheels coming off for Mersin. They go down low to Fagbenley. She had a beautiful handoff, but then the finish isn't there from Zealous. And down low, Dor ties it. Incredible comeback. Matzone was right. They've got the whole long time to go in this game, and they've already battled back to tie it late in the first half. Jasmine Turner, good. Excuse me, Jasmine Thomas, not Jasmine Turner. Confusing the Thomases and the Turners tonight. Oh, nice pass to a cutter, and it's Anderson. Great play by Sarah Madeira, the easy play. And Mersin's lead cut back to 1. Boy, what would the psyche be for both of these teams if Umana Reyer were to take a halftime lead? Hayes. Out to Zealous. Will it be your third three? Yes, it will. When in doubt, go to Shavante Zealous. Anderson again takes it right down the lane and scores. And it is a 2-point game at halftime. What a comeback from Umana Reyer. And look at the numbers of Anderson, who is borderline spectacular in this second quarter. 44-42 Mersin on top of Umana Reyer at halftime. Well, Matt Sohn has to be happy. He's like, I told you so. I told you so. We were right in it. Trailing by 16 points. There was too much time on the clock. A long way to go. And I didn't think it was possible they could get this close by halftime. They actually tied it. And Coach Akaya has to be, a little bit stewing over there because his team had such a healthy lead. But if you look at the Umana Reyer team, they've now got 3 threes. They're 12 of 24 inside the arc, making some free throws. Just 2 less rebounds, 2 less assists. And Mersin have those 3 blocks. But it's game on, folks. It's 44-42. Mersin leading Umana Reyer here at the break in the first semifinal at the EuroCup Women Final 4 in Bourges, France.
prendre ta pause. Hein. Va pisser, va boire un coup. Rentre, tu parles dans la...
Reyer qui Vincent, retour de l'équipe sur le parquet pour cette deuxième mi-temps. Première demi-finale à l'EuroCup Umana, qui sera suivie à 20h. De la demi-finale que tout le monde attend ici, le de Bourges entre le camp de Bourges Basket et Galatasaray. supporters Mersin qui mènent 44-42 devant Umana, Reyer. On peut commencer à taper les nerfs maintenant, tranquillement, on a une minute 30 depuis qu'il reste maintenant.
On the defense we play, 2-on-2 back, you know. If there is a double, if you don't go, step up, you can switch.
Switch, step up.
You don't need to switch like regular 2-on-2. We start to play 2-on-2. Okay? If they step up on that day, be ready for stand up and come back. Okay, let's go. Haydi.
Screen Yvonne and pop. So either you got this or you got in and out and it passed you Yvonne. Okay? Yeah, sure. No, Reyer. Oh, Buonas, 1, 2, 3. Hey, finché ce la fai poi
Well, what a difference that second quarter has made to this first semifinal. It looked like Umana Reyer were dead in the water, but not surprisingly, Yvonne Anderson has led her team back. She's got 17 points, 4 assists. When she gets it going, she is about as good as they come in the game. And this was her taking the pass, cutting down the middle from Madeira. Here she was driving in. She can hit the mid-range jumper. She can hit the three, as she did here. And what was once a 16-point lead completely disappeared. But Umana Reyer start this second half trailing by a couple of points to Mersin here in the first semifinal of the FIBA EuroCup Women Final Four here in Bourges, France. And Madeira's putting it up from deep, and there's Thornton hustling, getting the rebound. So another opportunity for the Italians. Beatrice Ettore hit a couple of big shots in the comeback. Tries to get the basketball to Anderson. Good defense. Hayes comes up with the basketball. And that's more like it from Jasmine Thomas. Little step back. So I think the referee's stopping the clock to adjust the shot clock, which was slow in starting. Anderson. Her pass batted into the hands of Turner, and Turner races down the floor but doesn't convert. Yeah, she just made the pass perhaps a little too complicated. Madeira over to Anderson. Now Madeira avoids Bonner and gets in and nice leans into a jumper. Her momentum kind of carries her and good follow through. 5 points. She had that 1 3-pointer in the comeback in the first half. This is Dewar. Look at that great play by the Spain international. And Anderson goes down. And Umana Reyer tie it up. And Anderson continues to pour in the points. Boy, if Mersin do not end up advancing to the final, they are going to be disappointed the way they open up that big lead. And Thomas charged with the over and back violation. Here she is. She steps across and then she puts both feet back on the other side. And Matzone must be feeling like his team has gotten out of jail today, the way they have come back and tied it at 46. Dewar. Madeira. Beatrice. And did she get it off in time? Yes, she did. Thomas quickly to Fagbinley. Fagbinley able to get it back. They share it. Now Bonner. Hayes. Travels. That was a good call because she kind of hopped. She'd already set her feet, and then she hopped, moved her pivot foot. Thornton backing up. Madeira and driving in. Beatrice Atura. Now Bonner. A couple of times they've had a chance to take the lead. Umana Reyer, but they have not. Fagbinley. And Fagbinley, great help from behind by Beatrice Atura, but then Fagbinley gets it back and puts it up and in. Boy, she is spectacular the way she finishes. Dewar pulls up, and Bonner rebounds the miss. Fagbinley's 13 points leading the scoring for Mersin. This was Bonner missing, and it creates an open floor opportunity. Madeira runs it well over to Beatrice Atura off the back of the cup, but she follows up the miss. And now Yvonne Turner has it. We have got a humdinger, folks. 48-46, Mersin on top of Umana Reyer, who once trailed in this first semifinal by 16 points. It looked like they weren't going to get out of first gear, but they have turned it on. But now, some new life from Mersin. Bonner going right at Dewar. And Dewar not able to stop the veteran Bonner, who now has 7 points. Anderson. And great defense from Thomas. Now they have reset the shot clock, so I guess they're saying she had possession. So a little bit of a break really for Umana Reyer. I know they reset it to 14, not 23. So good work from Beatrice Atura. She gets a chance to catch her breath and goes out of the game. And now Thornton doesn't inbound the basketball within the allotted 5 seconds and turns it over. Carangelo back in the game. You don't know if that might have had something to do with it. Here she is guarding the basketball. Thomas has played well. She did have that one turnover under pressure. But now here she is, driving down low, and Thornton got a hand on it. Now Tiffany Hayes. She gets into the paint, and just a little bit out of control, Tiffany Hayes. And she's going to get slapped with a technical. Watch this. She had already been warned after the travel that was called. And now she has let her emotions get the better of her. So that puts a very good free throw shooter on the line, Anderson, who makes it. So now Tiffany Hayes has to be careful. She doesn't pick up another one, or that'll be it. And also she has to avoid the unsportsmanlike fouls. Might be a chance for Akaya to sit her down, let her cool off a little bit. Here's Anderson. Madeira, open, count it! We got a tie game. Once again, and boy, how good has Madeira been? Not just with her shooting, but her passing. And Dewar called for the foul, looks over at the referee with a little bit of disdain. And that's a good call. She had her hands on her as well, Fagbinley. And Bastagno comes into the game for Dewar. The pass whipped down low to Fagbinley. Boy, she is a machine, isn't she? She puts it up and in. Anderson. Fagbinley is one heck of a player. Played at Harvard. Played for Great Britain's Olympic team in 2012. There's Beatrice Carangelo, back in the game. She trips over, but a turnover gives it back to Mersin. And she just kind of tripped over her own feet. It's great the EuroCup women has this Final Four. Makes it always that showpiece event. You want to make it. And Umana, hopefully for their fans, they're going to advance, but then it's a huge opportunity for Mersin as well. They turn it over. Rare fumble by Fagbinley. In fact, it wasn't a fumble. It was just a good defensive play by Thornton. She knocked it out of her hands. And the jump shot from Thornton, not there. Good hustle by Madeira. Those are the plays that are going to win you basketball games. The extra effort. Now, Bastagno. And Bastagno called for the foul. She kind of threw her elbow. She has got to get control of her emotions. Tiffany Hayes looking to extend the lead, and then Bastagno, I don't know if she expected help defense, but she let Hayes go right past her. Good spin, good turn, and getting to the line is Madeira, fouled by Thomas. Boy, Bastagno just didn't really do anything against Hayes. I know Hayes is tough to handle. And Madera misses with the first. You know, you trail by 16 points, you come all the way back, but sometimes you spend so much energy in that comeback, and then once you've come back, it's really hard to keep that ship moving in the right direction. And now the turnover. Here comes Umana Reyer. Thornton. Carangelo brings a little bit of rain, but misses the shot. Three points, the difference. A semifinal, what has been a most unusual semifinal. And Thomas travels. She moved her pivot after she picked up the dribble. Umana Reyer having knocked out last year's EuroCup winners Valencia basket. Making it to the Final Four. Now Dewar goes out. Over to inbound the basketball, and Madera goes out. Dewar comes back in. Good minutes from Madera. Nice rest for Dewar. See if she's got a little bit more spring in her step. She can hit that shot, and she misses it. Martin Horizov waiting to inbound the basketball. Nika Baric checks in. Let's see Baric. Here she goes. Hayes. Now Bonner going to work on Thornton. And Bonner just takes a ridiculous shot and makes it. That's the type of shot you might try in your back garden, in the backyard, in a one-on-one game. You wouldn't expect to see it there, but boy, she not only took it, she made it. I was thinking, what is she doing? Thornton, good! And back to a 2-point game. Well, in one of the quarterfinal games, we talked about it against Valencia, she did have 4 threes. So back to a 2-point game. Thornton sagging a little bit on Hayes. Now the switch. Dewar guarding Hayes. And Hayes loses control. She's got to watch it. She doesn't want to say anything. She's already walking a fine line. She knows it. She had the technical, and she just lost it. So once again, Umana Reyer can tie it, or they can take the lead with a 3. Anderson puts it on the deck, passes it back outside. Bastagno over to Dewar. At the stripe, it's good. We got a tie game. They have not led in the game yet, but they have tied it a few times. They've trailed by as many as 16. Dewar with 11 points. Here comes Hayes, and this time is able to finish. And Anderson goes down holding, I don't know if she slipped. Oh, she just ran into Fagbenley. Great replay. So, kind of just lost sight of Fagbenley. So here she is again. Anderson, guarded by Turner. Yvonne, guarded by Yvonne. And Turner called for the personal. Well, they can foul again if they want. You would think Matsoni would want to get a shot off here, maybe a catch and shoot three. And Dewar does. It's going to be Anderson instead, who misses. Well, they got the shot off, and that would have put them in front, but she didn't come close to making it. So we're right where we were at halftime, a 2-point difference between these two teams. At the end of three, it's CBK Mersin leading it 58-56 over Umana Reyer in the first semifinal of the EuroCup Women Final Four.
Passionate, ambitious, elite, verbunden, united, inspirierend, competitiva, ambiciozna, stylish, powerful, diverse, diferente, beraber, inspiring.
Go! Chiama zona! Cross! Hold the cross, and you stay man-to-man, okay? Everybody scream zone, and we stay man. Okay, girl? It's all about one-on-one, ladies. It's all about one-on-one. When I cover one-on-one, that's it. Oh! Hey, we're 10 minutes. Everything is fast. Fast is fast.
Let's go.
Fast is fast. All right. Giro KT is here. Ask to screen. KT goes off the curl. Martina pop. Ball to KT and split. Okay, girl. Giro KT, va bene?
Let's go, ladies.
Bene. Let's go through. Let's go through.
Just
Ebola.
be smart with the fouls.
A giochi rotti, se vuoi 14, anche on Smith. Vai and off e via. Forza, dai!
Dai, raga, andiamo!
Colas, 1, 2, 3.
Tiffany Hayes with 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. But you could hear Matsoni, he goes, it's all about the one-on-one. I'm wondering if he's talking about man-to-man when he says that. But that was Hayes stroking it from the right corner. And then she hit this one as well. Probably was better in the first half than in the second. And Martin Horzov, the Bulgarian referee, an elite referee, having a conversation with Hayes, who wanted a couple of things clarified. And if you're talking a civil manner with the referees, they will be more than happy to explain what's going on. Here's Bonner coming right out at the start of the quarter, missing, and Fagbenley, well, they're going to call a jump ball, so the possession arrow should go to Umana Reyer. So because Mersin started the fourth quarter with possession. And Dewar puts it up and is fouled, or no foul was called. And the basket is good. Anderson has it. Over to Thornton. And Dorr clangs it off the rim. And Bonner is down. Bonner puts it up, and boy, that was a huge shot. Big moment of the game here, trailing by 6 points. Once again, Mersin really trying to lower the boom. And it's going to be Beatrice Atura stroking it from downtown. And here comes Bonner again. Oh, she is fouled while putting up the shot. She will go to the line. And Bonner makes the first. She's played in so many big games. This tight game will not at all bother her. She's used to playing in the big ones, but so is this player right here, Dorr. She brings it across midcourt. In fact, all of these players have played in the big games. That's why it makes it so exciting, because we know this fourth quarter is going to be electric. Anderson. Here comes Thornton. Puts it up, and oh, she makes the shot, and she is fouled. So she goes to the line for a three-point play. And boy, you can understand why the reaction by Bonner was, why did you blow the whistle? Didn't see too much contact. Thornton makes the shot. So a little bit of a break there for Umana Reyer. And pass up to Hayes. And she misses the layup. Now quickly, Beatrice Atura. And another opportunity for Umana Reyer to take the lead. Beatrice Atura drives in, and good defense in the end by Baric. They held firm. I'm not sure if that was the shot they needed right there. Here again, and this time Fagbinley drives in. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got Anderson. You've got, well, here's Fagbinley, another look at the drive. She is just automatic when she puts it on the deck and goes to the basket, isn't she? You've got Dorr out there. You've got Thornton. You've got Anderson. So that was a real missed opportunity on that last possession. I mean, I think if Atura is open for the jumper, then yes. Well, here is Carangelo missing from the right. And now an over and back violation. Baric and Bonner not communicating well. And strange, I don't know if, because Bonner is a point forward. She's used to handling the ball. Baric is the point guard who's used to come in to get the basketball. And Bonner just kind of lost her concentration. And the ball went into the backcourt.
Let's go. All right. Guns and guns. Go. Yes, go. Horse down, pick and roll, JT. Move fast the ball, shot, and we go. Yvonne is here. Then we got nothing. Yvonne, you go. If roll, us to roll. Katie got it, we got nothing here. Us to come back, and we go into game. Yes, go. Hold on. Yes.
I mean, you've got Corangelo and you've got Beatrice Tour out there, and they can hit some big shots, but in this crunch time moment, you want to be looking, in my opinion, to your horses, and I say that in the best, with the best meaning, obviously, and Thornton is one of them, Anderson is one of them, and Doer is one of them. Let them go hard to the basket. It could be that a Tour on that drive was trying to dump it off to one of her teammates, and in the end, just had to put it up. Here's Thornton. And she puts on the... Oh, she gets rejected by Fagbinley. Terrific play by Fagbinley. It's not just about offense for her. 6:20 remaining. Bonner hands it off to Baric. Nika Baric. And quick pass down low to Fagbinley. What a play coming out of the timeout from Mersin. Fagbinley is taken over. She's got 19 points. 9 of 12. And she just does not miss down low, folks. Here's Anderson. Oh, she strokes the three. That was huge. A tale of two Yvonnes, and it was Yvonne Anderson this time. She's got 23. Fagbinley just behind the charity stripe. And it looked like she settled. I mean, she could have put the ball on the deck and gone to the basket herself. Oh, Thornton almost turned it over. Got to get the ball to the guard earlier. Here she is. Anderson, over the shoulder pass. Doer off the front of the cup. And now Bonner. I'm almost willing, if I'm Umana Reyer coach Matson, just to jump on the back of Yvonne Anderson and let her take me with her offense. She needs to have a touch every time down, and this time the ball thrown too far ahead of her. What a costly, potential costly turnover that was. And looks like Thornton might need to catch a breath. Here she was going up against Fagbinley, who is just sensational. Look at that. I mean, Fagbinley has just been, she's only got 5 rebounds, surprisingly, but the 19 points, she's got that block. Here's Hayes. Takes the bump, puts it up, and can't get it to drop. Doer over to Anderson. It's Yvonne Anderson time. She goes behind her back. Oh, thought she's going to turn it over. And Thornton with the go-ahead three. The first lead of the game for Umana Reyer. Can you believe it? 4 minutes and 36 seconds remain in this first semifinal, and the drama is thickening here in Bourges. What I find interesting, not to second guess the coach, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. He's got Shavante Zealous on his team. She's got 9 points in 7 minutes. She's 3 of 4 from 3-point range. You put her out there on the perimeter, and you get her the ball, and they have to respect her ability to, or you're going to give up potentially a three-pointer. And if you do respect her and you get out and guard her, somebody can catch the ball going to the basket. But she is not the flavor of the month in the second half, that's for sure. She hasn't gotten into the game. But Zealous was terrific in the first half. Here's Baric. Oh, Baric looked like she might be about ready to turn the basketball over. And now a foul has been called on Umana Reyer. 3 fouls on Umana Reyer, 2 on Mersin. Bonner has 3 fouls. 4 fouls for Bistagno, and there's Fagbinley just going back to work. That's what she does. Astudur also has 3 fouls, but Fagbinley just keeps pouring in the points. She's got 21. So Mersin back in front. Thornton. Now Anderson. Shot clock winding down. It's Yvonne Anderson time. Oh, shaking and baking. She goes inside. She scores. Jasmine Thomas could not do anything else. When Yvonne Anderson has the bit between the teeth, she is going hard. And right now, she is elite. Tiffany Hayes. Fagbinley has the mismatch down low, and it leads to a wide open drive for Tiffany Hayes. Great alert play from Hayes. Look at this. She went right past Dur. That's to Dur, and now it's a 71-70 lead. So the game goes back and forth. Anderson. Here she goes again. Over this little pass. And this time, Carangelo back outside. Dur for 3. Nope. And following it up is Thornton. She gets it back. She turns. Oh, and she pops for 3. Another one for number 6. Look at her. She breaks out the gun show. 73-71. Less than 3 minutes remaining. Fagbinley. Look at her go. I mean, talk about superstar. That is sensational from Timmy Fagbinley. She ties it at 73. Utterly sensational. Fagbinley. Now Thornton stops and pops. This is the EuroCup women, folks. I mean, this is just showing you something right here. The first semifinal, and it could not be any better. It could not be any hotter. Bonner over to Hayes. You know she wants to put it on the deck. Here she goes. And she hands it off. She tries to hand it off to Fagbinley, who doesn't catch it. Now Thornton. And boy, that was very close to an unsportsmanlike. Wow. It did not look like she was playing the ball. They could go have a look at it. Thornton, that was a huge play. Now, when they huddle up like this tells you all you need to know. They're going to look at it to see if that's an unsportsmanlike, and I fear for Jasmine Thomas on this one because it did not look to me like she was playing the ball. She was just stopping play. And then Martin Horizov gives the evil look to the audio man. Get out of my way. I'm taking over. Here comes Fagbinley. Now, again. They'll look at that a few times. And now Jasmine Thomas knows, maybe I should not have done that. It was Dur or Thornton rather, who reached in and swiped the ball away. And here's Thomas. And I don't think there's any doubt about it, folks. I think she is going to get slapped with an unsportsmanlike. So that'll be 2 shots in possession, but I'll let the referees make that call. It's also Yasmina Alcaraz Moreno, also the referee, discussing things with Horizov. Alcaraz Moreno from Spain. want to have one more look at it. Is that where she was playing the ball? Is that what they might decide? No, maybe they will. Maybe they will not call it. It's such a huge moment in the game, so they want to make sure they get it right. So if they need to take a few extra seconds to get this thing right, they'll take it. So they have indeed called the unsportsmanlike. I think that's the right call. And Bonner does the right thing by huddling up. The decision has been made. The video does not lie. That's why it exists, because you need to be able to take your time and go look at it. And so Thornton goes to the line for 2 free throws and makes the first. It's a 3-point lead, the biggest lead of the game. Actually saying that, let me double check. Yes, it is. 3 and now 4. Well, they picked a good time to have their biggest lead of the game here with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. Still plenty of time on the clock. Thomas with that foul. She has 2 fouls to go with her 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. And here's Yvonne Anderson and does not score. Boy, she will be kicking herself. She thought she had that. Yvonne Turner back in the game. She puts up from 3. A tale of 2 Yvonnes. This time it's Yvonne Turner pulling her team, Mersin, back to within 1 point. Now Yvonne Anderson, guarded by Thomas. Thornton, she's feeling it, but she's not making it. And now Yvonne Turner with a chance to put her team back in front, brings it across midcourt. Yvonne Anderson. Yvonne on Yvonne, and the foul called on Yvonne. Yvonne Anderson fouls Yvonne Turner. Yeah, she just kind of barged into her there. And Matson a little bit frustrated, kicking the scoring table. Easy. Easy, coach. I think he knows he's let an opportunity go by the wayside. His team was up by 4. Now they might be trailing. Oh, Turner might have gotten away with an elbow. But she goes down, and the foul has been called. And Yvonne Turner suddenly, watch this. No, it wasn't an elbow. Here, watch this. Oh, it looked like she might have pushed off with that left arm. Wouldn't it be something if she ends up being the hero or the heroine? She misses the first. And she does make the second, so we've got a tie game. You never know, the prospect of overtime. Always there. We're at 77-77. Beatrice Atura gets it back to Carangelo. Carangelo goes to Doer, and she hands it off to Anderson. This is who needs to have the basketball, in my opinion. Anderson shakes, bakes, puts it up from the elbow, and Bonner has it now for Mersin. Since that huge opportunity with the unsportsmanlike foul, Umana Reyer has struggled, and now Turner turns it over. So again, it's Yvonne Anderson. You don't want to foul her. She is a good free throw shooter. Here she goes. Spins, passes it back to Dur. She takes the shot. She hits it. The three. Astu Dur, look at her. She knows she might have just hit the shot that is going to send her club to the final. Still a long way to go, but look at that soft release. And the one thing that you have to say about Dur is that she's not shot it well from deep today. She was 0 for 5 before that shot, but she never loses her confidence. She takes it, and she makes it. Finally.
Hey! Good! Listen up, I got 2 timeouts. They might go there. They got 24. We got 24.
Okay, so right now we're hearing the timeout, by the way, from the Italian bench. Okay, now we're hearing Mersin. So Jasmine Thomas is going to try and inbound the basketball, guarded by Carangelo. I mean, again, you're trailing by 3. Zealous is 3 of 4 from three-point range. You might think she would come into the game, but she doesn't. Here is going to be Bonner launching it from downtown. And the foul called, chasing the rebound on Fagbenley. Maybe Shavante Zealous is not feeling well. That's all I can imagine, because it would seem a perfect chance for her. But anyway, here is the full court pressure. And they almost force the turnover. Just 15.5 seconds remains. It's their best chance. Do not foul. Try to get the turnover, but then you're going to have to launch a 3. And another timeout has been called. Matson needs to make sure that he sets up this press break.
No problem. We inbound the ball on the other hand. Okay. Because advance. Yes, advance. Time out. Advance.
Yeah, both have to have one.
Advance. Yvonne. Ball. Okay, like this. You screen for us to run, and you get yourself open. Debbie.
I scream for us too.
Us to go.
And then I come to the rebound.
Yes. Debbie, questo lavoro qua. Finti blocco per lei e torni safety. Remember, no matter what, 3 points, we got 1 possession, we foul. Okay?
So as we look at Dewana Bonner, we also look at the numbers of Thornton, and she's got 23 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. And if you don't get the steal, I mean, it's one of these things. How long do you try to go for the steal before you commit the foul? If you commit the foul and they make one of the free throws, then it becomes a 2-possession game. So it really is a case of. So they were able to advance the ball after the timeout, and now another timeout has been called. So Akiaz wants to discuss. Let's listen in.
Okay, so her players jump in the paint. Who is playing on the corner? She has to jump in the paint. Okay, everybody has to jump. If they jump, She ready for throw. But otherwise, be ready. If they pass, try to jump to the ball. Try to see.
So if she passes it and run off and hand off?
Yeah, you can make a ball.
Okay.
You make a ball.
Haydi. Jugadoras.
That was a huge three-pointer from Thornton. And Mersin, who led by 16 points in this game, are now in need of a minor miracle. They need to get a steal, and then they need to get a three-pointer. Anderson. And they do indeed foul Thornton. So they're going to hope that number 6 goes to the line and misses both of these free throws. So Thomas now with 3. Oh boy, and Thornton does miss the first. It's never, ever easy, certainly at the free throw line, especially at this time of the game. She does make the second, so that pretty much makes it a 2-possession game unless they were to foul the three-point shooter. And she makes the 3. Here goes Thomas. She's got to put it up. She does. She hits it. So now, what a shot from Jasmine Thomas. What a shot. Goodness me. What a shot. She keeps them alive.
Hey, okay, we're on the same shit. We don't throw the ball over. If they get the ball here, we throw the ball over. It's 5 seconds. Facciamo la stessa cosa. Hey, are we on the same? Okay.
Hold the ball tight if you get it.
If you're able to make a pass quick, it's good. So if we pass the ball here, back like that, it's okay. Go.
Well, this is a shot that has breathed a little bit of life into Mersin's hopes. And it was right on line and in. They're able to advance the ball once again. Ideally, they'll get a steal, but they do not want to let too much time go off the clock before they commit the foul if they don't get the steal. They could catch it and just throw it as high up in the air as possible. But Dewar is fouled by Bonner. And 3.8 seconds remains. And this has definitely been the longest part of the game. The last few seconds has taken about 15 minutes to play. So Dewar, the chance to push it back up to a 3-point lead. She makes the first. You almost wonder if it might be better if she missed this second one. Nope. She makes it, so now they will be able to advance it. But they don't have timeouts. So they don't have that option. So they now definitely need. And what has happened? I'm not sure what the call was. Did they call a 5-second violation? Did she travel? Or did they call a foul? They called the foul. She was slow setting up the screen. Well, that was a brave call. But I think it was the right call. You could see she was clearly moving into her. And now they put Zealous in. I would have put her in a long time ago. So Dewar, she just made a couple. If she makes one of these, you have to think it's over. And now, really, if you are Umana Reyer, you just move away. And now, I think we saw some unruly fans that were quite upset, and now they're throwing some objects onto the floor, and that gentleman is going to be escorted out of the arena. That's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, that is utterly ridiculous. And I'm not sure if one of the players was hit by the bottle. Well, my son seems to have a sense of humor. He's laughing about it, but it just goes to show how some spectators just not able to maintain perspective. The word hothead comes to mind. And he will be escorted out of the arena. And no telling what else. Here, the Boers fans watching a very heated last several seconds take place. And the Boers fans are starting to make a lot of noise, but it's really the Umana Reyer fans that should be making all the noise. You can hear them all the way back in Italy. They'll be happy about this one because it has been an incredible performance from Umana Reyer after a very difficult first quarter and first half overall, and they trailed by 16 points. They are going to be playing in the final unless something incredibly bizarre happens here at the end. If we ever finish this final 2.1 seconds, they want to make sure they get the water. And just a very disappointing finish. Unfortunately, it's not so much what the performance of the players for Mersin, but you simply cannot have objects thrown onto the floor at the end of the game. And Dewar makes the second, and it's a 5-point lead. Umana Reyer Venezia, they're going to celebrate. Hayes launches it and goes off the top of the backboard. That shot didn't matter. Look at Umana Reyer Venezia. They have made it once again to the final of the EuroCup women. They will play the winner in the next game. Could it be Hosborg? Might it be Galatasaray? Will they have to go up against another team from Turkey? Well, only time will tell. We'll have to wait for that. And again, you just have to tip your hat to Umana Reyer. Once they found their rhythm, they never lost their self-belief. Their coach told them they had plenty of time to come back into it. And that's exactly what happened. Umana Reyer win it 85-80 over CBK Mersin. And this is what you call sportsmanship right here. Fagbin and Mersin going up and congratulating Umana Reyer on a brilliant semifinal. And it did not look like this was going to be the team celebrating early on. It looked like it was going to be Mersin who were celebrating when they opened up the 16-point lead. But basketball is a 40-minute game, and everybody had to pull together for Umana Reyer to get this team to the finish line. And look at them right now. They are so happy. And it just goes to show you how together they are as a team. They believe in their chances. And now they're going to take some photos. And this is what the sport is all about. You like to play for titles. You like to play for cups. And they're going to play for one. They've been knocking on the door of this title. They might just get it this year. You never know. There's Door going up to deliver a big hug. And now she comes back and rejoins her team.
We start to think about tomorrow, okay, girls? Let's go. Let's go. For us, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Well, they thank the fans who have piled into the arena to get ready for the next game. They came for the early show as well. Everybody knows that this is Basketball Central in Europe. Basketball is they support their Bourges team very well here. In fact, in France, at all the clubs, really, they do such a great job. But this place will be rocking for the next game, that's for sure. Galatasaray and Bourges. But here's a look back at the highlights, and it was something incredible, really, with Umana Reyer. They just did not look like they had come to play today. It was Mersin that looked like they had come to play, opening up that big lead. But eventually, they found their groove. Fagbinley was just incredible today, coming out and pouring in the points, carrying her team. She finished with 23 points. Thornton, however, ended up with 24 points and ended up hitting 3 threes. Doer came out, finished with 18. She hit a big three-pointer. And, of course, Yvonne Anderson had 25 points. She was 2 of 3 from deep. And she was her usual excellent self with 9 assists, coming up just an assist shy of a double-double. That was another 3, the third and perhaps most important three-pointer for Thornton. Fagbinley, again, I mean, just breathtakingly good around the basket. This 3 from Turner kept her team in it. She came off the bench. And then Jasmine Thomas hitting not just that shot, but another big one late, of course. Anderson, just a constant menace, as was Fagbinley. And you know that Bonner is always going to be making plays. Bonner finished with 14 points. That slap of the support system led to a technical foul, and it did not help Mersin. Tiffany Hayes kind of made amends with that drive, and unfortunately I think that was the gentleman that had to be escorted out with that white shirt. There was, again, another of the great plays. Thornton, again, showing her value not just inside but outside. If Dora didn't hit many threes, she was able to score inside the arc. This Thomas 3 was huge late in the game. It gave them a chance with about 5.2 seconds remaining. But Dora hit that big 3. That was really the killer. So Umana Reyer, Venezia celebrate. They win it 85-80 over CBK Mersin to advance to the EuroCup Women Final here in Bourges, France. And they are going to be having a good time going back to the hotel tonight. 85-80. Umana Reyer win it over CBK Mersin. Thanks for watching, everybody.